My name is Katleho and I'm going to be presenting this project. Since I was working on this project alone, I'm going to be demonstrating all the features by myself. What you see here is the welcome screen. This is what you see when you go into the application, domain name, or let me rather say website. So this application is hosted on the Amazon website. Moreover, it's actually served by Apache. So I'm using a WSGI script to deploy the application in production mode. So this home screen you see here is divided like into 3 sections. It's got the navigation bar. It's got this display. We have data inside. What you see here is the login and the registration buttons. This section of the screen is at the moment inactive because the user hasn't logged in. A user has to log in for them to be able to have access to this data. At the top of the screen, there is a home button, there is a message button, there is a group message button, and there's also a create group button. These links are inactive. If I click them, they do nothing. This is because the user doesn't have a JWT key. A JWT key is a key which is given to the user when they log in. These keys have expiry time, and this expiry time is determined by the user by clicking or not clicking the Remember Me button when they log in. This means that the user only has access to the data when they are logged in. Well, since we cannot test that while we're not actually logged in, let's go ahead and create a new user. I'm going to go to the register button and click on it. This system shouldn't allow people who have already registered to re-register, or it shouldn't allow anyone to register someone's username that exists already. This is the same for the email as well. Katla is a user that exists already. Let's try to do that and see how the system will respond. The email is let's click the button register. Well, just as to see that, well, I made a mistake there and typed a password that doesn't match up with the previous password, but that actually shows that if the 2 passwords are incorrect or they're not matched, it will give you this error. Let me retry this again. If I try to register, the system says this username is already taken. Please try a new one. Well, we see that the system doesn't allow you to re-register someone else's username. Let's try a new user. User 11. Let's make the email user11@gmail.com. Let's make the password mmm123 and the confirmation password mmm123. Short bio is I am cool. Let's put an emoji in this field. Let's register. User 11 is a new user. So the system says successfully registered. Please close this pop-up and log in from the home page. This system is based on a Vue.js framework for JavaScript. The framework allows us to be able to build front-end applications using JavaScript. Vue.js supports back-to-back data binding. A formal name for it is a two-way data binding. That means that I host and keep variables in the backend. Well, backend, I mean that in the actual front-end application itself. So I'm going to separate like HTML and CSS and JavaScript, and call JavaScript the actual code or the script running the application, and the front end just the display. So this actually means that I can display variables on the front, which is in the HTML, and then I can also input values inside these fields from fields which are actually, well, form fields in a form in JavaScript. That means a JavaScript form. So if I fill something inside like the form, which is linked to a specific variable, the variable will change. And also if something changes in the variable from the back end, the variable will also change what you see at the front. So this is called a two-way data binding system. We saw in the registration screen that like we actually use the username as user11 and the password as mmm1234, and already it actually shows on the login page. It's good practice to keep this because, well, if someone registers, it's probably what they want to do after login into the specific account that they just created. If you look at the field below, there is a remember me checkbox. I did mention that if you click it, the JWT will take long to expire. To be precise with that specific duration, if you click remember me, this session will last for 30 days. This means a month. And if you unclick it, this session will last for 30 minutes. This means that the session will have to be restarted. This means also that you'll have to re-log into the system if this thing expires. The system will prompt for a login after that duration or after that has expired. Well, this video will not take more than 30 minutes. Let's just go with this button unclicked. You can close this pop-up by clicking cancel. Forward button is also a link which you can click on and be taken through a bunch of steps to actually recover your email or recover your password in terms of like situations where you forgot it. Let's click the login button. What you see as soon as you log in is what I call the dashboard. The dashboard shows a summary of your profile. This actually has a bunch of sections. The first section at the top is what I explained at the entry of the video. By the way, these links are active now because the user has logged in. This is the profile header. It shows the user's profile picture, their name, and their bio. Below there is join groups. All the groups that you haven't created which you have joined will be presented here. My groups. This title shows all the groups which you have created yourself. This section of the dashboard gives you admin access, which means that you can do more operations on the groups that you created. You can see the information, you can edit the information, and you can also delete the groups. At the moment, we don't have any groups. This is a footer. The footer gives you also a few links which you can actually use to control the profile. You can log out of the current logged in user. You can go back to the home page. This is the page where we were at just a moment ago when you had to log in and register. There's also a link here called delete profile. Delete profile is a very sensitive link. If you click it by mistake, it'll probably just delete your profile. But this link has been actually created to be dynamic, such that if you click it by mistake or click it without actually a purpose to click it, it will give you actually a confirmation question. Let's try that. I click delete profile. It asks if you want to really delete a profile. If you click this again, it will then confirm the deletion. But well, that's not what we want to do at the moment. This implementation is not the safest or not the best implementation. This implementation can also further be improved in further versions of the application or maybe in future projects. At the moment, this system also does allow you to actually delete your profile from the system. Let's reset the page. At this point, let's go and create a new group. Let's rather say testing. The description of the group is text give description of the group. Text can be used to search the group as well. Let's use something like testing academics today and groups. Location has a placeholder. It says that if you leave out, your current location will be used. This means that you're actually pinning this group that you're creating to a specific location. This can be anywhere. When you input the string of the name of the location, the system will take the name, convert the name into a latitude and longitude pair. That will be the system's representation of where you are. People can find the group by searching the location, and that is why this feature is useful. Let's type in Western Cape. This section gives you access to be able to control how far from the specific location you've mentioned here is this specific group accessible or searchable, or being able to be found when someone searches for groups. Let's say state. In South Africa, you'd rather call this a province. This means that this group will be searchable at a distance of about 200 kilometers or about a province away from this location. Let's submit the changes. This is my new group called testing with one member inside it. Here it shows a description. It also gives you extra links so you can click and do some operations on them. Well, before we go into the groups, let's just go and check this a little bit. Let's go and look at the profile edit options. This on itself is a link. If you click on this field, a user edit pop-up will pop up. Edit profile. The system automatically retrieves the information of the user from the database. User 11 is the email. This is the Gmail email. This is the bio. Let's update a few things here. Let's make this user 11 underscore cool. Let me just copy that just for future reference. Let's keep the email the same. Let's modify the bio a little bit. I am cool and more. This section allows you to be able to upload a new profile picture to the system. You don't have to fill in all the fields. You can literally just confirm this by clicking the Submit Changes. The system updated. Let's click again and try to personalize the profile picture. Let's submit the changes. Now, let's go and try to change the password. The password of the current user, as I've mentioned when I was creating the account, is MMM123. Let's try a different password. Let's use 4 M's. MMM123. Let's make a new password. 5 M's. MMM123. And MMM123. Let's submit changes. The system says, entered current password not correct. Please try again. Let's say MMM123. Let's submit changes. The system says, profile edit successful. Let's restart the system. We see that the recently uploaded profile picture already is on the link. It shows on the profile summary. That is all you can do with a profile. You can create a profile, you can edit a profile, and do some pretty cool stuff over there. Let's go to group section. I've just made a group called testing with only one member in it. This is a new group. There's 2 posts in this group. I am new, and I'm going to give to the community with a hashtag social. You realize that this group has a testing, which is the name of the group. I am being tested, which is the group's description. At the bottom, we see a field showing add one of the 3 tags or categories by using a hashtag religious, hashtag social, or hashtag political. Well, it's overflowing the screen. This app is tailor-made for mobile devices, and on mobile, the font is a little bit smaller and everything fits into this field. You also see a button on the side. This button is for transmitting or sending a specific post or text. This text is dynamic. At the moment, it's on a post mode. This means that if you type something in here and then click here, it's going to be a post. But you can comment on any one of these links. Let's try that. Let's click comment. The moment you click comment, we notice that this bottom text shows comment. This shows the comment that will be linked to the specific post that you click comment on. Let's say, okay, and send. We see that the C comments number of comments incremented by 1. Let's see the comment. We can see only one comment. OKO. Let's close this. This applies to all the posts which are sent in the group. Let's go and send the post. By the way, you can convert between the comment and post mode by, if you click a comment, this will become a comment. If you click on this text itself, it will show post again. This feature is dynamic. Please be aware that a post exists in the specific screen which has hashtag social. This specific post should be searchable and found from the search screen by using hashtag social. We'll see that in a few minutes. All group features have been shown. Let's go back to the dashboard. Let's go and search for a group. As I was mentioned, this section of the application shows all the groups which the user has interacted in. We see only testing. Testing is a group which exists here, and it is created by the user. People can join the group and the number of members will be incremented. All the groups which the user has joined and which he hasn't created himself will also be shown here. Well, the user hasn't joined any groups that he hasn't created. Let's go and look for groups and let's go and join groups. At the bottom right part of the screen, we see a search button. Let's go and click it. A group post search pop-up shows. Let's first explore what this has for us. Filters, click this to show. Let's click show. The pop-up expands a little bit. You can search for groups or posts by the keyword. This means that you can search the specific post or group by the text or the description of the specific thing. Further on, you can search that and filter it by the username or the email, in group, the group which that specific post belongs to, the location, the place which, from which the specific post has been sent, the state, how far from that location should the search look, the time between and shows the times between which the post have been sent. Categories, this is what basically I will explain in a few minutes when I actually expand the hashtag for every post that you send. If you click find without specifying any keyword or any filter, all posts that exist in the system will be found. Let's do that. These are all the posts that exist in the system. Let's just find one random post. There's a post with website. Let's go and search for it. Let's find. Oh, we see that. Check out our website if you're interested. From group money by Saint Clair. Let's try something else. There's a post with the text Lord. Let's find that. Oh, we got the post. This post is in a group that we haven't joined. Let's try to click on this specific group. Oops. We realize that the link to this specific group is inactive. Let's join the group. As soon as you click join, this is dynamic and it shows that this group has been joined. Let's try to click on the group again. Suddenly, we're able to go into the group because we are a member in this group already. These are all the old posts which have existed in a specific group. We can send a post in the group or comment on any one of these posts. Let me go and click a random post and try to comment on it. Hi. Please take note of this number of comments. It incremented. Let's check the comments. Hi is there. Let's go and turn send a post. The post also pops up. Let's go and click on the groups again. We realize that the group shows we are going. I'm the sixth member of the group, and the group now shows under my groups. Let's go and explore further inside the search by now playing around and fiddling with the filters. We are aware that we can find all posts by clicking the find. There's a user whose name is Saint Clair. Let's go and try to filter our searches by trying to find all the posts which were sent by Saint Clair. We see that this are posts which Saint Clair has been involved in. Let's try a different user. Butter. Let's find all posts that have been sent by Ketlahombata pop up. Let's try Saint Clair again. Let's wait. At this point, the system is trying to find all information sent by this person. All posts sent by Saint Clair all pop up in this specific group. By the way, we realize that the name of this person is not Saint Clair, but Janika Smith. If you look at the description, it says by user or email. This means that the name Saint Clair exists both in either the name or the email. Let's go and search by groups. There's a group called Testing. In fact, that is my group. There's a group called Money. Let's go and try search by the group. We then find all the groups and all posts which were sent in the group money. You can see that by looking at from group, this text over there. Let's write the location. Let's type Stellenbosch and reduce this to a town. We want all posts sent 30 kilometers away from Stellenbosch. Let's find. It is noted that the API feeding this system with position information has been overloaded. Let's go to the next filter. Let's check time. Let's try to get all the posts which were sent between 12 o'clock at night and 1 o'clock. Let's find. All posts sent from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock are sent back. You can see the time by which the posts are sent by looking at this at. All posts sent at that time pop up. Let's try a different time. All posts between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock. Let's find. All posts sent between those two times pop up. Well, let's go and try to find by category. Category could be social, political, religious, or just anything. We remember in our previous representation that there's a post which had social as a hashtag. You can add categories to posts by adding the hashtag social, hashtag political, or hashtag religious. Let's click social and find. The system returns all the posts that have the hashtag social on them. We'll see the post we just sent now called I am going to give to the community hashtag social appearing here, showing which group it's from and by which user sent this. If you look at this makes sense. From group testing by user 11 cool. That was me. All the filters have been presented. Group post search can do all that, and it's a very dynamic and powerful feature. Let's close the screen. Let's go back to your dashboard. The dashboard shows that we have a joint group called We Are Going, my group's called Testing. At this point, all the features of the application have been presented. Updates and further features can be added as time goes on. But at this point, we can show further features. Let's try to remove this group. We see that the system says, click the icon again to remove the group. Let's try again. We see that the system keeps on saying that. By the way, this is just for protection of the groups. In case you click that by mistake again, it won't allow you to just delete a group by mistake. So actually what you must do is to double click on this specific icon for this group to be removed. Let's do that. As soon as you do that, the group gets deleted. And at the same time, it disappears from the dashboard. Let's again go and try and remove the profile. Delete profile. Let's confirm deletion. At the moment, there's still a temporary profile which is kept in the database until you log out. Let's restart the page. You see that the UID is still kept and the name has been changed to deleted. As soon as the user is logged out or the JWT expires, the specific person won't be able to log in again and the profile will be removed entirely from the system. Let's log out. We are back to the home page. This is the end of the presentation. Thank you.